I apologize for that, folks. I don't know what happened. The stream froze, and not only did it freeze, it kept repeating one phrase over and over again. I saw that. I do sincerely apologize. Haven't missed much action. So again, I sincerely apologize, and we will retry our app with the next game. Score is 12-0 in favor of the Panthers. All right, so again, I do apologize, but we're back to action here. It's second down here for the Panthers as the defense got a stop with 1:28 left to go here in the third quarter. Score is 12-0. There's a handoff. And that'll be enough for a Space Coast Panther first down. Signal to keep the clock moving again. Third quarter, Panthers up 12-0 here in the 14U Conference Championship game. Coming up next, we're going to have, I believe it's 10U in action, with the Soldiers taking on the Panthers. Quarterback in the gun. He gives it off to the big back for the Panthers. Huh? Okay. Rylan Travis with the big carry, and he'll get a couple of yards. I'll say he. All right, so it'll be 2nd and 8 now for the Panthers. 3 seconds left as they stop the clock. No, they don't. That will be the final play of the third quarter with your score. The Space Coast Panthers 12, the Central Florida Saints 0. We will be back. I'm going to mute the microphone, and we will be back with the fourth quarter of this game right here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, folks, we're back here. Fourth quarter action here in the 14U Conference Championship game between the Panthers and the Saints. Much better action than the NFL Panthers versus Saints. I promise you that. Better quality of football. Anyway. Snap, and there's a handoff to the back. I believe that's Man, who will pick up a couple of yards. Holding on the Panthers. That'll back them up. Championship Saturday here on the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski's got the ACYAA Super Bowl. I myself, Caleb Brown, have you here with the MYFC Conference Championships hosted by the Space Coast Panthers. I'd like to congratulate Coach Scott Diesel on the Titusville Terriers. John Holmes, Pat Lusk, and the rest of that great coaching staff advancing with a win over Merritt Island last night. And look at that wide open hole. Ball's on the ground. He got it punched out from behind. The referee's calling it, saying that the Panthers recovered it. Wow, you want to talk about a break there for Williams. Of course, Coach Diesel. Sends a man in motion, turns right upfield, and great job getting down and hitting around the legs by that D lineman. $8:35 and counting left to go in the ball game. Again, this is fourth quarter action. And there's the handoff. And he'll get another couple of yards. It's going to bring up third and about 9 here, as the Panthers kind of just looking to kind of. Panthers would love to put another score on the board, but their main focus here is draining as much clock as possible. Oh, wow. Tried to wait till the last second, and because he was getting grabbed, that pass falls short. It's going to bring up 4th and 9 here for the Panthers. The scoreboard will return at the in the second game. Unfortunately, we had a glitch with our program. And so it will return for the second game. We don't know what happened. But that's the beauty of live streaming, is sometimes things happen that you can't explain, and you kind of just shrug it off and say, well, we'll try again next game. So I sincerely apologize. The score is 12-0 in favor of Space Coast. I will repeat the score every 90 seconds along with time. We're in the fourth quarter. Score is 12-0, 7:04 left to go here in the game. Space Coast facing 4th and 9 on the Saint 26-yard line. And look, the Saints defensively, I feel can go toe to toe with anybody, but their offense has every time their offense has had a big play downfield, it's been taken back via penalties, and it's frustrating as a coach. You know, I've had a chance to talk with many good coaches, and it truly is frustrating when, you know, you're struggling. You're getting, you know, maybe 2 yards here, 3 yards there, -1 here. You get a big play, and then it's taken back due to a holding or, you know, ineligible man downfield. It's just drops back to pass. Quarterback, oh my gosh, avoids 1 sack. And there officially is a sack. There's a penalty thrown at the quarterback's feet. Merritt Island coach Tyler Murray. Hard-fought game last night. And wait a minute. A face mask called on the Saints as they were bringing the quarterback down, and that'll result in a first down. Well, nope, it's still 4th down. It's still 4th down. So it's 4th and 4. Steps up, fires. He's got a man. Double coverage, end zone. Incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs. So the Saints will get the ball back with 6:46 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Get the ball here to 6:46 left to go in the game, and again, a comeback's not out of the realm of possibility here. Look, if the Saints can put together a drive here, they can do it. You just got to execute here. They were looking for a screen, not a screen, the slant. And the slant was off target. .643 left to go here in the game. Coming up next, we will have the Space Coast Panthers 10U taking on, I believe it's the South Lake Soldiers in 10U action. So far, the Space Coast Panthers have 2 teams heading to the Super Bowl, the MYFC Super Bowl, trying to get a 3rd one in here. Drop back to pass, steps up, ball's on the ground. The Panthers trying to say they have it, but nope, it will stay with quarterback Lucky. He can fall back on that one. So the Saints not out of hope yet. 3rd and a trip back to Central Florida Saints field location. Third and 19 officially for the Saints. Come back out with a three running back eye. Play action, rolling, and the quarterback's going to be sacked in the end zone. And they're going to say he had forward progress, stopped at the 1. It's 12-0. Space Coast on top. And it's going to be 4th, and now it's a trip around Disney World with 5:03 left to go in the game. The score is 12-0 Space Coast. Yes, the score is not showing because we cannot use our app for the moment. We're going to try again with our app in the next game. So the Saints are really backed up. Delay game. So the Saints got to try to get out of their own end zone here. Fires on the now screen, and that's back in the end zone. And wait a minute, picks up a couple of yards. Ball's on the ground either way, no matter what the result, it will remain Space Coast football. And they have it inside the Uber Zotti red zone. You want to take your athletic training to the next level? Uber Zotti is the way to go. So the Space Coast Panthers can seal the ball game right here with a score. 3:42 left to go in the game. And there's the handoff there. It's Mr. Ryland. Ryland carrying defenders on his back like Mike Allstott. That's Ryland Travis. Taken down at about the 6-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 4. And a timeout taken. 3:23 left to go here in the game. The Space Coast Panthers up 12-0. Not everyone has to keep asking what the score is. I will repeat it every 90 seconds. I will repeat the score, the time. It's 12-0 Space Coast with 3:42 left to go here in the game. So here come the Panthers. If they put this in the end zone now, that will all but officially seal it. And now they got 2 players in motion. Okay. Well, and someone just threw a flag. False start on the offense. So I thought you were just telling me that as long as they didn't snap the ball, that wasn't a motion penalty. That they gotcha. The center moved the football. Okay. There's Rylan Travis, who's got stopped up. Okay, got it. The Panthers can pick up a first down here before getting in the end zone. It's 12-0 with 2:49 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Panthers trying to send their third team to the Super Bowl. And there's Williams. Williams taken down in the backfield on an ankle tackle, and that young man's arm's going to hurt for a bit because his leg came right down on the arm that made that tackle. But he's back up. He's going to be in pain, though. So it's fourth down now. Fourth and about 4 or 5 here. Again, Space Coast just needs to get to the 3-yard line in order to pick up a first down, which I feel like almost does about the same thing as sealing the game. A minute 44 and counting left to go. So, yeah, I mean, if Space Coast picks up a first down here, that'll make it over. And that's a false start on everyone but the center, which in football terms usually means the center was off on his timing. That'll temporarily stop the clock. Minute 23, and the clock is now rolling again. Again, this is fourth down here. Sends a man in motion. Takes a shot to the end zone and overthrows his receiver. And that will stop the clock. I think that pass got away from him a little bit. 1:07 left to go. I'm not saying the comeback is impossible, but we haven't seen much of the big play to make me believe the Saints can come back in a couple plays. Now, they very well could easily prove me wrong because all they need is 6 points. It's 12-0. Panthers on top with a minute 4 left to go. Every big play the Saints have had today have been taken back by either a holding ineligible man downfield, so we will see. Quarterback dropping back, and he's going to be sacked. And they're going to give him the progress at the 1. And the Panthers have a defensive player getting up gingerly. Not something you want to see in the closing moments of this game going into the Super Bowl next week. Now, hopefully that's just like a stinger. .54 seconds. The Saints called a timeout as we begin that process of down by multiple scores, the losing team calling timeouts. Again, I'm not saying the comeback is impossible. Probability, that's a different conversation. I've I have seen weird things happen on a youth football field. the clock operator. Clock operator just not letting me get that point at all. But look, it looks like the Space Coast Panthers will be sending 3 teams so far to the Super Bowl. We still got the 10U matchup coming up next. The South Lake Soldiers come into the Viper Pit to take on the Space Coast Panthers. And in the 12U game following, it will be the Okeechobee Bulls taking on the Panthers. There's a snap, and he will be tackled. Coming up on 40 seconds left. And the Saints, I guess, doing a final huddle. Under 20 seconds left. The Space Coast Panthers will be sending a third team to the Super Bowl. And it's been because of plays like that. Trying the lateral. And that one recovered by the Space Coast Panthers. That's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. With your score, the Space Coast Panthers 12, the Central Florida Saints 0. We'll be right back with 10U action right here on the Brevard Sports Network.